Crazy traffic. I was out of Vietnam for 3 years and I missed the traffic surprisingly.
Oh my god, you're crazy.
Are you still not driving?
No.
Hello, you're watching Addicted to Vietnam. My name is Sun or Sophia.
And my name is Sasha.
I've been living in Vietnam for 5 years now, and Sasha, how old?
That's a long time. I've been here only for 1 year.
Alright, so today we are going to talk about the housing tips, about how to rent a house, what to look for, and what to avoid. Alright.
So let's start.
I'm a ticker too.
Why did you choose Vietnam?
To start with, I studied Vietnamese at university, though, so that's how I ended up here. I believe that's your story as well, right?
And same with me, of course.
Yeah. So I studied Vietnamese at university, then I moved here. I am an English teacher now.
I used to live in a dormitory for 1 year.
Yeah.
Not for 1 year, for several months.
Taekwondo.
Yes, it's Taekwondo.
Taekwondo, yes. That's
Yes.
where my dormitory used to be as well.
This dormitory with rats.
Yep. Did your dormitory have aircon? No, mine didn't. Mine didn't. I used to use a fan in summer.
No kitchen.
Yeah.
Hard but very, very funny life.
Fun times, good times. Happy to not be in dormitory anymore.
Where do you guys live now?
Teho.
Teho.
Yep. No. Yep. I mean, look at us. For those who have never been to Hanoi, Teho is basically the district of foreigners. Obviously, there are a lot of Vietnamese as well, but most expats live in Teho. A lot of businesses that cater to foreigners, and also since like most of expats already live there, new expats tend to like move there as well because they can get support and they get to hang out with foreigners as well. They're not just surrounded by Vietnamese people, which can be a little bit intimidating unless you speak Vietnamese.
We have this like Tay tax.
Tay tax, yes.
Foreigner tax. Sometimes people even can charge foreigners like in a nail salon, even though they have like stable prices. So it's kind of, sometimes it's not good. Sometimes I feel like okay,
Yeah.
no problem, I can do this. But if you want to experience true Vietnamese life, don't move to Teho. Because Teho it's like a foreign place. It's like not in Vietnam, I think, because so many places, like westernized places.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys found your apartment that you are living right now?
Before that, I found my previous apartment via a website, which I don't think exists anymore. Landlord was living in the same building, and it's not like it was an apartment house. It was just a house, a Vietnamese house, where I rented the floor with 2 rooms. So I saw the landlady all the time, and she was lovely. She constantly asked me, "Oh, where are you going? Oh, you have new shoes. How much were your shoes?" It's I guess it's lovely, but I'm an adult person. It's a little bit too much. But if you want to have like true Vietnamese experience, it might be your like thing. You get to experience. Yes, they would probably but invite you to a dinner. You would probably celebrate some events with them. You get to have a taste of Vietnam. How did you get your apartment?
How?
Yeah.
I used Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Facebook helps in everything. You can do anything with Facebook in Vietnam. So I found my apartments on Facebook, and it was quite easy. You can also ask any question in this community, just like Hanoi Massive community. You can ask any question and get an answer, because so many people have their own experience, they share their ideas, and it's perfect.
Yeah, and also I would never recommend you to rent an apartment before you actually come here. Not for long term, because what you see on pictures quite often is very different from what you actually get.
So do you have any tips to deal with the landlords and the neighbors?
If the landlord gives you a bad impression from the beginning, avoid. Like even if the place is lovely, landlords can like just ruin the whole
landlord. Yeah. Your relationships with landlord are crucial.
Yeah.
Check the contract first, like every detail.
Yeah.
So be careful with that, and the contract should be in English and in Vietnamese also.
Mm-hmm. If you realize that half of your neighbors are into singing karaoke at 4 a.m. in the morning, you are probably not be able to you won't be able to do anything about that. There is no such thing as call the police after like 1 a.m. and they really don't care much about that things. So the easiest thing is to move, in my experience.
How to get around the city?
Crazy traffic. I was out of Vietnam for 3 years and I missed the traffic surprisingly.
You're crazy.
Are you still not driving?
No.
Okay, the easiest one is a motorbike. And I hope you have a driving license. A driving license would be great for your insurance and to be legal. So the easiest one is bike. But even if you are not into driving, which I get.
Just use Grab.
Just use Grab.
Or you can go by bus. It takes a long time, but still it's very safe.
Have you been using buses all this time?
Yes.
Is it convenient?
It's convenient actually. It's only 7,000 and it's quite clean in the buses and it's safe.
Yeah, and I remember they actually have air cons in some buses,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
not
nice.
noisy.
Yeah.
Not many people. Not in a rush hour, but generally not many people are going by bus, only just some old people and students. So it's quite okay.
But again, if you're a little bit overwhelmed, beware. The traffic here is crazy.
The traffic is crazy
It
and
is.
there are no rules. Even if there are rules,
There are
there
rules,
are no
but
rules.
No rules. The main rule: nobody wants to kill you, and they expect
It's
you
good.
to not kill yourself as well. So everything that is bigger than you thinks that it's superior than you. Yeah, they will not take you into account sometimes. Be careful.
For your house, for your gas, for food, everything for a month. Can you break it down?
10 million or 12 million. Because I use Grab taxi always and I spend lots of time and lots of money on Grab. The food, I try to cook by myself, but still I'm buying just some products that I can buy in Russia to cook some food which is familiar to me, and it's also quite pricey. And I rent an apartment which is also quite pricey, so I spend about maximum 12 million, I think.
So the house, well, right now I'm paying 6 million, but I'm going to start paying 12 soon. Then electricity bill, we are looking at least 1 million, I'm afraid. Food, difficult to count because it varies from, month to month. It's just what I feel. One month I feel like I want to eat a burrito every day. They're just gonna cost a lot. But I would say at least 6 million, I think, because also again, I eat expensive food and I drink expensive drinks. So for the motorbike, it costs about 70k to fill in the tank, and I fill in the tank about once every 5 days, so 200, 300 per month. Vietnam is quite a cheap country if you live like a typical Vietnamese person, but if you want to move your Western lifestyle into Vietnam, it's gonna cost quite a lot. And also I have a cat. Cat doesn't cost much. She's
Just 19 million.
just 19
1
million
for me.
Or do you have any tips on how not to get scammed?
Yeah, never take a taxi from this guy from the road
Yeah,
telling you hello.
Yeah.
Never. So many people are getting how to say
Ripped off?
Yes, because they know nothing about the prices here, so they come and they
Get a Vietnamese friend, go with them at first, see how much everything actually is. Learn some Vietnamese, after that go to the market. Because the first time you go there, you're gonna be ripped off badly.
But what if you don't have any Vietnamese friends? Like you just move here out of
Get some. No, seriously, it's not that hard.
You just go out and then grab one. And
Yeah, I mean, quite often that's what
they're
happens.
very friendly.
They're friendly.
Everyone's
Go
friendly.
around Hanoi Kiem. Sometimes, I don't know if they're doing it now, they sometimes wanted to speak and practice their English with a foreigner, so you can go around Hanoi Kiem, probably somebody's gonna stop you.
Yeah.
And that's how, or
Just go out.
use Tinder.
Like, should you move to Vietnam?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
First you move in, you're probably gonna have a culture shock from how things look, because Vietnam
if
is
you have
not...
never been in Asia.
Yeah, it's gonna be...
Yeah.
Then you're probably gonna be in love with this country for about well, several months about how things are here, about like, oh, everything is so interesting, then probably something bad will happen to you. I mean, it always happens. So like, you either get ripped off, something gets stolen, you lose something, bureaucracy, visa, I don't know, something will happen. You will hate this country, and then you get used to it, and you know, get to appreciate it more, especially Hanoi. You fall in love again. So beware, you're probably gonna have, it's gonna be a cycle. You're gonna like culture shock, then you fall in love, then you fall out of love, then you fall in love again. Give it time.
Sounds like a toxic relationship.
It is. Yes, it is. So sorry. Yes, it is. All right. Thank you so much for staying with us. I hope you are a little bit more addicted to Vietnam after this. Again, I'm Sophia.
And I'm Sasha. Thank you for your attention and see you.
See ya.
Oh, I'm a ticker too.